Enrique, I mean, we've been talking for, what, 9 months or something like that? About how it is we can tap into your talent and potential, and I think we found it. Cool.
Thank you. Or is this one working as well?
Give it a shot. Yeah, probably have to turn it on. There you go.
Testing. There we go. So, my name is Enrique Rodriquez. For those of you all that I have not met yet, I'm the CEO and founder of Crypto Consulting Group. We are an education company based here in Louisville, and we're really focused on providing people with tools and resources to help them navigate the crypto space confidently. And so before I get into really what we do, I really want to start off with my story and how I got involved with crypto. I think going through that will really help just resonate with why we're needed in this space today. So I first heard about Bitcoin, it was about 5 years ago, right out of high school. And it was one of those things that I brushed off. And one of those things I really regret, like most people brushing off so early. Just because of the price and everything. But I really rediscovered it again about 2 years later. I think this was 2015. I was a supervisor at UPS Worldport here in Louisville. And I was a supervisor in the international department. And we dealt a lot with the supply chain. And one of the operations that I ran was called Runout. And let's see if this is. Do you all mind switching the slide for me? There we go. There we go. So this is UPS Worldport. It's the biggest hub in the world. UPS's largest asset. We ran about 1.5 million packages each night. And I ran an operation called Runout. And what would happen during Runout is towards the end of the night, packages that would be running late, either on planes or maybe they got stuck somewhere in the system, they would run these packages down. If you look at this picture of UPS here, you see the wings coming off the core. And where I worked at was in the core, and above the core was small sort, and that's where 65% of the packages that came through UPS would go through. And so they would bring these packages down, and my job was to make sure that these packages, these high priority packages, got to the plane on time. We would write slips, call up load planning, and they would take the trucks directly out to the plane. But one of the problems that we were having, and it was a big problem, was that we had these pharmaceuticals that were very high priority that we were missing, sometimes on a nightly basis. And what really, really resonated with me, or just stuck with me by missing these packages, is people were really on the operating table, and we were missing these packages. And each night, there's really something I had to think about. That, along with just the massive amounts of paperwork and fraudulent invoices and missing packages and emails I would get every night of just packages that would go missing. We had packages in our import area that were there for 8 years, and it's just because they didn't know, they were just lost in the supply chain. And so I'd always been, a really forward-thinking individual, so I wanted to just find a way to solve these inefficiencies. And so I started doing research, what was going on out there in the supply chain field that could really just revolutionize, what was going on and solve some of these inefficiencies. And that's where I rediscovered blockchain. And blockchain, it led me to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I made my investments. But it really was just reading and being enlightened about, what blockchain really is and the decentralization involved and the protocols, and really just leaving things up to a set of rules rather than people. It was really just intriguing to me, and that's really where I rediscovered Bitcoin and blockchain. And so from there, I really started digging in. It's one of those things where you lock yourself in your room and you just go down the rabbit hole. And I don't think I've came up since, but absolutely love the technology, the community, and the space in whole. And so the 2 years after that, just doing research, trial and error, I really fell victim to a lot of the things that newcomers are still falling victim to. A lot of those things were, like pump and dump schemes. You get caught chasing Lambos trying to do the get-rich-quick thing and find the next big Bitcoin, and you get in on some of these coins and they're pumping up schemes, or I've sent funds to the wrong address before, and all these little things that just over time, I was able to really figure out and practice. And that's really where I started to get the idea of just helping people out with this stuff. It's very complex, and people need someone to go to really help them figure these things out, and just these little pitfalls that can be avoided if you just have somebody to talk to. And so I started meeting with family and friends at first. It was a very, very small operation, but this is really where I really started to see some of the problems that were in the crypto space. Some of those were the complex barriers to entry, for mass market users. And that's, I'm sure maybe some of you all have had the pleasure of doing this and trying to teach mom or dad or grandpa about public and private keys and wallets and blockchain and moving transactions. But it wasn't the easiest thing to do. And so that's, we see a lot of that people come in and it's just a totally different system than what they're used to. You're used to just going to your bank, you give them the money, and that's that. And now you really have the power to control these assets and move money how you see fit. And there's a lot of things that people really need to learn whenever they're going through this. And so that, along with some of the pumping up schemes, things like that, the shills, and just little things in the crypto space that can be avoided but are still there. And then just the fragmentation of information across the internet on crypto. You can go to one website and they say this, you go to another and they have their little twist on it, you go on YouTube and there's just all these different sources of information that people have to go to learn about the technology as a whole. And so I've seen some of these problems, and I really started the company to just help people navigate the space confidently. It's very complex, and that's why the crypto consulting group was started. And so what do we do? What are our solutions? So we started the company last May. We had our first group workshop in September, had about 15 people come out, and since then our growth has really been exponential. These are some of the things that we do. So educational events that we have, we've had different panels where we'll invite different industry professionals in and talk to, different people that are really just trying to figure this space out. So we do that along with group workshops, some of the other things that we do. Some of our community initiatives, and this is, really exciting to talk about. I know I may have mentioned it yesterday, but we actually just got approved for a recognized student organization at the University of Louisville. And so we're going to be starting it in the fall, and really the goal of this group is to really just educate students and provide them with opportunities to actually learn and do ICOs and learn about blockchain and just meet some of the people in the space. I know we have a program set up now that over the course of the fall semester, as we're educating these students, who are in majors and different majors, and they all are going to be going into different industries that could potentially be affected by blockchain. And so we're going to have ICO pitch competitions where these students will be able to really go in and learn about, how ICOs work, governance models, how tokens are created, communities, and really just developing products. And we're going to have, a pitch competition at the end of the year where we're going to invite a bunch of different companies from around Louisville in and have a pitch competition for scholarship prizes. And so that's a very interesting just community initiative that we have going on, as well as the Kentucky Blockchain Alliance. We kind of touched on it yesterday, and that's something that we really want to help as far as CCG's involvement, is just get into these schools, high schools, middle schools, teach kids about how money works and, how to balance a checkbook and all these different things that when I was in high school, I didn't learn. This is all things I really had to figure out on my own. And so we really want to get into these schools and just help the younger generations figure this technology out so that the space as a whole, can really move forward. So some of the other things we do, effective courses, that's actually what we're doing over in the other room. We're starting to record some of our courses for online. We've been doing them in person here in Louisville. We've had some in Henderson, had some in Cincinnati, and different things like that. We also provide quality content, so we have a podcast that we just released. We have a YouTube channel, CCG TV, where we're providing a lot of different information, really quality content for our users. We also do private consulting, and so this is with individual investors as well as businesses that may be looking to improve efficiency using blockchain or do crowdfunding using ICOs. And this has been, really one of our favorite parts of the company, because you really get to build relationships and see different perspectives of what people think about, what's going on with this technology. We have clients as young as 16. We have clients as old as 85 that didn't even have an email, when they came and seen us. And so, this is a wide spectrum of people that come and see us, and we absolutely love it, just helping people find those eureka moments and breaking it down in simple terms that they can understand. And so we really love that. We recently have begun to do a lot more business consulting. People, businesses, especially in Louisville, are really starting to take notice to this stuff and really trying to figure it out. And so we've been able to consult with some big corporations here in the city that are, looking to have an ICO or use blockchain to increase their efficiency. We've also worked with Andy a few months back, just helping him figure out his tokenomics and things like that. And so we also have, lastly, our membership service. So we've kind of bundled all of our services up into kind of this all-inclusive membership package, where we publish a research report every month called the CCG report. We do that. We have buy and sell signals. We have a Slack group that, is 24/7 and constantly just talking about different market trends, what's going on in the space, and new investments. And we also have, an investor meetup that we combine with that, where we get these people that are in our groups in the same room and have that roundtable discussion. And it's really amazing to see, what community can really do, especially in this space. You get people from different backgrounds, different experiences, different ages, different professions, and just the value that comes out of some of these meetings is really nothing short of amazing, and we love doing it. And so what we're really working towards is an exclusive platform, really aggregating all of these things that we do, our services, our products, and really just having a platform for our consultants to, be reviewed and have, their portfolio performance and different things on this platform, and aggregating news and making, like a social platform that is just all inclusive to our CCG ecosystem. So we're not thinking about ICO or anything just yet, but, maybe in the future, would love to run something like this on a blockchain like EOS or one of these others that are coming to fruition very soon. So those are some of the things those are what we do, and we love what we do. We've been around for a year and have a lot of big plans moving forward, especially this summer. We have interns coming in. We were just recently approved for an accredited internship program, so we'll have a lot more manpower to just provide a lot more quality content moving forward. So we're very excited about that. And so, what's our goal with all this? We really want to build, educated crypto communities. We want to connect these individuals with industry experts on a platform, that really just aggregates all of our services and products and content. I can't say too much about the platform right now because it is kind of in the development stage, but we're really excited about that. And, some of the other things that we're doing, we recently, and I'll touch on this, whenever we get to the roadmap, but we're developing a certification program now so that, you don't just have CCG consultants here in Louisville, Kentucky. We're going to have a certification that, these people, like myself, like Skylar, like some of these other people that we've met, can really just take this test and start consulting people under a brand that's just known for quality content and education, which is Crypto Consulting Group. And so just to kind of touch on our roadmap, we started in May 2017. For a while for me, it was really just a hobby, meeting people in coffee shops, and it's really just developed into something beautiful. We got our first office in January, hired 3 consultants, trained them up, and we've really been going at it since. In March, we did launch our membership and the CCG report, our YouTube channel, and our podcast, and so we have a lot more quality content that's being pushed out there. And then June, next month, we're really excited because we're going to be launching our certification. We're actually going to be opening an office in Baltimore, Maryland. So we have a consultant out there that's really been doing some groundwork and laying the foundation to really push things in Baltimore and push our membership and services and brand out there. And so Q1 2019, we hope to launch the platform, which is going to be called Mosaic. That is really what we're working towards. We really want to just build this platform and give people something to go to where they don't have to, go and get that fragmented information. You can just stay on our platform, get the news, be involved with the community, have the investing side, and all of these things. And, Q3 2019, we have high goals. We really want to have consultants in, every state, and we think that's something that's very possible. We're going to be working with the University of Louisville to really try and get this certification accredited so we can really push it nationally. So we're very, very, very excited about all these things that we have going on. Very young company, but we have very high hopes and an excellent team that's really just focused on just making the crypto space easier. For this stuff to really succeed, for people to be able to use the projects that you brilliant people here in the audience and at home are creating, people are going to have to know how to use it. People are going to have to know how to confidently navigate this space for it to really succeed like we all know it can. Our main mission is to really help that succeed by just providing people with someone they can go to for that quality content and resources.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Well, I'm coming to an end, and this is
Okay.
just a quote that I just kind of wanted to leave people with.
Great.
Good old Ben Franklin: "An investment in knowledge pays the best interest," and I think all of us in this room can really agree with that. And that's really what we do. It's the knowledge, it's the education, it's just the information that really will pay off in the long run, especially in this space.
And they've got a chance to come see you still, and you can help
We
get
still
a
have our
wallet set
room
up.
up there. We still
Okay.
have our room.
Any
And,
questions you might have, we'll take them there so we can
Yeah.
get through the rest of what we've got. But thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. These are the links you could find us at, and yeah, thank you.
So if anybody has questions, feel free to find Enrique, and he can help you set up some wallets.
Yeah, your wallet help everybody looking to get their Ethereum wallets. Please come see us. We can help you all do that. Or if you want to come see us in our office on a different day to really dig into it, by all means we could do that as well. But just want to help you all in any way we can. We'll be right over in the room, and come talk to us.
Fantastic.